Gamers, welcome to once again the Professional Casual Network presents. It is not Oh Yeah, the Power Phase. It's Wait, Did I Roll Wild? A Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog. We just realized that, oh well, who cares? We're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
Like, cause you know why? We are tired, Tim. We're tired from all the fun we had.
That's right.
We are, of course, the Professional Casual Network. I am Chuck. I'm joined once again by my comrade, my cohort, my co-conspirator, the CEO, editor-in-chief, supreme ruler, and reptilian overlord of the Professional Casual Network, Tim, as he shrinkies the thing. A lot to talk about this week, kind of, at least for you and I, in hobby things and games played. Because why, Tim? Do you know why? I'll tell you why. We both played the same game. That's right. I was back for just 1 week, we believe, possibly. It's hard to say.
It's been 1 week since you've been back to play.
That's true. Don't do it. I know you want to.
I'll pass this time.
Okay. All right. Not that, I am a Bare Naked Ladies fan.
So I have been known to appreciate a bare naked lady or two.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Chicken the China, the Chinese chicken. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've had a drumstick.
Have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking.
Watching X-Files when the lights on, with Donald Faison.
Yeah. I hope the Smoking Man's in this one.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, I'm getting friend dick. All right, we're going to get hit for a copyright strike. Look, you and I, let's talk about games play before we get into any of the news that has dropped since we last recorded, which isn't a lot because I'm sure they're going to literally dump a load on us and then our show will be old and out of date, like people remind us over at YouTube.
Yeah.
In the comments below.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. I don't really care.
Fair.
Yeah. But let's talk about games played and hobby stuff. So I actually got 2 models painted.
You did?
Yeah, this past week. Got Magneto all painted up, ready to go.
Yes, you did. Oh my God, that boy is beautiful.
Yes, that Adonis. The Adonis Magneto. I'm.
How does it feel to get, because I've seen that post on the Marvel Crisis Protocol Facebook group really blow up.
Yeah. How
does it feel to only have 2 reactions to that? And they are, this is incredible.
Yeah.
And why aren't there suspenders?
So I did not want to put suspenders on it because I did not want to lean into like a cheesy stripper look.
Right.
I wanted a very Adonis, this is beauty and desire.
Mm-hmm.
Because that pose really seems like he is like, I am a fucking god.
I am on display.
Yes.
You are welcome.
Yes. He is an Omega level threat. You know what I mean?
Accurate. Am I going to have to fight Magneto?
Exactly. And like when AMG has done such an amazing job at sculpting that hog on him, I did not realize until I started painting it, there was no reason for even his like abs.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are so detailed and like he has a bodysuit on. You should not be able to see his abs through. Like he should not be ripped like Jesus. You know what I mean? Like holy hell. But I did not scrape the mold lines off the suit because I had already primed it. Mm-hmm. And then I came up with this idea and I said, fuck it. No one's gonna be able to tell. And most of the comments are, you should have painted those lines black. I'm getting no suspenders. And it's like, no, I'm good. I don't care that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, So I really wanted to, because last week Danny had mentioned the fact that we were like, people complain about the over sexualization of the women.
Yes.
And like how if they're not overly sexualized, they're
talking about Viper's stupid face.
Right. Viper's stupid face and the fact that her boobs weren't big enough or whatever and things like that. So I thought to myself, what if I started over sexualizing all the men models?
I'm all for it. I think that's a great way to go.
Yeah. So knocking it out of the park with the Magneto. I don't know if I can really do too many more.
Have you done Thanos yet?
Yes, I have painted that.
Okay, because that barbarian bikini, Thanos, or the Subligar Thanos, I think would be the term.
Yes, that was pretty great. I have painted Shaved Beast, which is very unsettling.
I think Quicksilver doing like a 80s Namor Quicksilver with just like a Speedo, running like that.
That could be.
Yeah.
Don't give me ideas, baby boy.
And then to flip it on the other side, put Scarlet Witch in a winter coat.
It's an idea.
Leggings and Uggs.
It's, you know what? It's an idea. We could do it. Ooh, I like it. I'm not a great sculptor, but I'll figure it out some one way or another.
Snow Bunny Wanda. Snow Bunny Wanda.
Snow Bunny Wanda.
Yeah.
Sure. And I also got Cyclops pretty much done.
Okay. You go hair or no hair?
No hair. My helmet.
Okay.
Yeah. I might do like an OSL effect with the laser. I haven't decided yet. I went blue-white.
Okay. Like my first action figure with the little flip in the back.
Yes.
Okay.
Behind you. He has the old school action figure.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I changed it up a little bit. I added a little bit of brown to the like utility belt and stuff that he had just to break up the color scheme because I don't like painting all pure white on the trim.
Mm-hmm.
I might do a little OSL effect from the visor, but
what does OSL stand for?
Object source lighting.
Okay.
So like a glow effect and stuff like that from the light. What I did on yours.
Yes.
With the beam. With the X.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's not open source llamas.
No, but that would be interesting to also try to paint. Yeah. Yes. But you and I played a game.
We sure did.
We played the Civil War Mission 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bloodbath.
It was.
An absolute
Yes,
bloodbath.
it was. One round very specifically
unfortunately
saw a lot of death.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a little too late at that point. Yeah. But if you head over to, of course, twitch.tv/professional casual network, every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we play, the Power Phase, where we do Marvel Crisis Protocol battle reports. And at some point, they end back up on our YouTube.
Yeah.
Takes a week or so, but...
Which is right here if you're watching this on YouTube.
Yep. So you can probably flip through and find some old stuff. Mm-hmm. Wait for the new stuff to come out.
Yeah.
We have a weird schedule. It's a thing. But I really thoroughly enjoyed being back. I, of course, brought my trusty Web Warriors. I don't know why I keep playing them.
So very specifically, you ran Web Warriors a very different way this time. Yep. And I thought it was pretty solid. You shored up kind of what is kind of overpoweringly the weakness of Web Warriors, which is outside of Venom and to a lesser extent Daredevil. Yeah. They don't pack a whole lot of punch.
No.
So you threw Thor and Hela in there.
Yep.
Thor, an absolute beat stick.
Yes. Thor. And the thing is like, I did not even use Thor. I did not use Thor to his full capabilities.
Right.
Like I did not bring Odin's Blessing, which I probably should have. I was strongest Avengering and like for Asgarding pretty much every turn as much as I could anyway. Which was kind of good and things like that. But I also wasn't in Asgard. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't running Asgardians, so I lost some stuff. Like I didn't get certain tactics cards. I didn't get Rainbow Road. I didn't get whatever the other one is that people always use all the time that I was going to take. I was like, oh no, it's Asgard only. So never mind.
Yeah.
Hela, I want Hela to work. Like I want her to be so good. On paper, she seems so good. Mm-hmm. She has the potential of always getting a potential soul token. Yeah. Because she always gets 2 energy and her mystic attack, which is brutal, 6 dice.
And I was running Inhumans on the other side, and I failed to realize at all that Black Bolt only had 2 mystic defense. Yeah. So she could have chunked him very hard. Yes.
But I think I lost that game at turn 0. I miscalculated some distance because my whole plan was to run Thor up to grab your tech token, turn 1, and then it was going to bring Hela up to gain control of the power node or the power unit. Power unit, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was going to hang back and let either Gwen or Miles grab my closest tech token. Yeah. None of that happened. No. In fact, my whole thing fell apart because Thor was like barely like an inch outside the range I needed him to be. Which sucked.
Because it was a smaller token too. Like it should have worked had the token been a standard size token.
Right. And then Hela could not get control of the power station, which didn't matter anyway because I forgot it doesn't score you any points.
Yeah, it was really kind of an odd threat.
Yeah.
Lots of tokens on the field, 9 total, right? Interactable, all with interacts.
Yes.
4 objectives that could be picked up, 2 power nodes that could be controlled and then left, and then what else was there? Oh, and then almost a gamma wave style setup down the middle where your closest point got you 1 point.
Is it more like Demons Downtown? I think it's more like Demons. Is it Gamma or Demons Downtown?
Well, more like Gamma because it was 3 up the middle. You got more points for them being farther away. And if you weren't within range 2 of it, you took damage.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure Gamma and Demons are very similar, but one goes horizontally and one goes vertically.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and the kind of neat point of it being similar to Gamma is that you could move the points too. You can move your closest one with an interact.
Right. Which I kind of completely forgot.
Yeah. It didn't seem like it lost me points in the first round.
Yes.
Because I moved it back and then I didn't have anyone securing it. I was like, oh, well, I don't even know why I did that.
Right.
Granted, it can be a little neat if you're shifting it to one of the flanks maybe instead of straight back.
Yep.
But
yes. And then we also got additional powers, which was super dope. This was a rough mission for me to come back to because there was so much going on after not have played for 3 months, something like that. And you had pretty much read it literally as we were starting to play. You were reading the mission, so you were a little scatterbrained. I did not anticipate
exactly what was going on in that. I was just like, the other ones have been pretty straightforward so far. This one probably will be too. And I mean, it is, I guess, straightforward. Just it's a lot straightforward.
And the whole reason why I brought Thor and Hela was because they had higher energy defense, which is what you needed to control the power stations.
Yes.
Which Hela failed to do. And I was like, you had one job. Like you had one job, which was to get control of that power station.
Yeah.
And you did not do it. But it was a lot of fun. It was something different. You know what I mean? I like Thor in Web Warriors.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like Hela, but I don't think I play Hela correctly. I tend to keep her sitting on objectives.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what she is. I think she is a run up the board and beat you in the face character because she has good defense. She's 4s across the board. She's got a capability of always hitting you with a mystic attack if she wants to.
Is she 4 points?
Yeah, she's 4. She's got, I think, 6-5 health, something like that. Like she's pretty durable.
Yeah.
She's 4s across the board.
And as long as people are dying, she
gets soul tokens, right? Well, and she can potentially generate her own soul tokens. And then if she has 3 soul tokens, she can make her attacks better, or 1 to 3. And then if she's already injured and she's on her injured side and she has 3 soul tokens, she doesn't die.
Right.
She gets to come back. So she's very good. I just don't play her right. I think like it's very much like Miles. I don't play Miles right either. Or not Miles.
Spider-Gwen.
Ghost
Spider.
Yeah, Ghost Spider. I never play her correctly. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with her. And I still haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
I know you're supposed to keep her in range to be able to pull, but like I couldn't get any energy on her for most of the turns. Yep. So it was goofy. But my MVP, Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
it's so weird fighting Daredevil, especially in Web Warriors, because I know what the trick is.
Yeah.
So I go out of my way to avoid it for the first 2 rounds, and then for whatever reason, forget about it.
Sure.
And you always pay for forgetting about it.
Yes, you do.
You go blind to him.
Yep.
And he'll blind you back.
Correct.
Justice is a blind lady.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's fair. Yes, I was able to get him into a range 2 of at least, originally 3 characters.
Yep.
And then you just happened out of like, I guess I'll just do this, and moved Crystal out of range.
Yeah.
And I was like, you jerk. Because I played all webbed up on his turn. I was pretty much my go-to because he only had like 1 health left or something like that on his injured side. I was like, activate him. Let's just run it. Yeah. Let's just go crazy. I played all webbed up with him. I ended up doing Devil's Deliverance on him, which was brutal. And then
killed Medusa and Lockjaw.
Yeah, killed Medusa and Lockjaw in one shot.
Mhm.
And then I believe I had enough energy on me still that I was able to then play.
Yeah, you threw the baton at Crystal.
Yes, I threw the baton at Crystal because I was able to do the Devil of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Which allows me to just make an additional attack for 2 energy.
Mm-hmm.
And then throw a baton just because I was like, you bitch.
But he works like one of those big janitor push brooms.
Yes.
Because you got 3 Crystal, Lockjaw, and Medusa all in a good spot and pushed them all.
Yep.
Kind of into like a little cul-de-sac almost.
Yeah.
And then we're able to follow up in the next round and do it a second time. So like I feel like if your opponent is not positioning correctly around them, very specifically on a threat like Gamma Shelters or like the third mission in the Civil War thing, I think it was called Stark Tech Rampages or something like that.
Shield Tech
Rampages.
Rampages.
Where you're going to be clustered around those nodes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can be insanely disruptive.
Yes. And that's why I think A2 attacks potentially can be some of the best attacks in the game. You just have to set it up.
Right.
Which makes me very nervous about Cable.
Right.
Because like if I can do that with Cable, who has a bigger base, so even if you are trying to get out of range, I still potentially could. If I was on a bigger base, there was a potential that I could still gotten you.
Yeah.
With them. And
I've been on a bigger base for years.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. But it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. You played Inhumans and you ran pure Inhumans.
Yes. Last 2 weeks I've tried to, if I'm running an affiliation, if I can make it as pure as possible, I do. Right. So last week before I did full Wakanda, and this week I did full Inhumans. Right.
I had barely even really looked over Inhumans. Like I know what they
certainly had not.
Right. I made the worst mistake possible. And that was Hela and Thor teaming up and beating him up Brooklyn style, and then letting him flip and having what'd you have on him? Like
he was maxed out at power.
Well, he's maxed out on power, yeah. And then I accidentally left Gwen and Thor in target range, and you screamed me.
Yeah, I steroided a whisper.
Yes.
Rolling 11 dice.
Yep.
And some might describe it as perhaps I may have maybe I came to like a really pointy edge.
Yes.
Maybe I spiked a little bit.
You spiked quite hard.
Yeah.
Because I believe, if I am not mistaken,
10 out of 11 successes I think is average.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe
I mean, for
just
you,
a little bit better.
For you. In that game, anyway, there were a couple of spikes where I was just like, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
And then I beefed it. There was I was rolling Thor's defense against it, and I don't think I blocked a single one.
Yeah.
You did like full damage to me and just KO'd him. And I was like,
no, I only got you by 1 point.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I did like exactly 8.
Okay. Maybe
on his injured side. Because I remember.
I know it was Gwen just ate it. Ate it. There was nothing Gwen could do. No. She was just like, no, she's gonna be hurting.
Yeah.
But I've been playing around with the idea of just running Web Warriors, but not taking Gwen anymore.
Okay.
Finding a different 3 threat to fill in there.
Yeah.
I know Valkyrie would be good. The problem is I have to take somebody to fill her spot that is a Web Warrior. So either I have to put Venom in or I have to put Spider in.
Yeah.
Peter Parker.
I think Venom's the call there.
I do too. Even though he's slow, I could potentially take extreme conditioning.
Yeah.
Just to give him at least a turn to get up in your face and make you have to deal with him and put energy on him so he gets so many snacks.
It's expensive, but for Brotherhood, I've seen some people running Venom as Magneto's bodyguard.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Just constantly powering him up when he's blowing up terrain so he can constantly snacks and attack back and pull people in and pull people into position for terrain exploding.
Ooh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's very expensive.
Right.
That's 10 points.
That's 10 points invested. Yeah.
But
still not bad though.
Yeah.
With Lethal Protector in there, so specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I do love Venom. I like Venom in Web Warriors. But kind of want the long move still. So maybe take Parker and then just use him how he should never be used, which is turreting.
I mean, the only way he should be used.
I mean, it is, but like it just doesn't feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Think of it like playing Spider-Man and like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or 3, where it is your job to sit in the back and just go web ball, web ball, web ball.
It's very true. That's completely accurate. I like Thor in Web Warriors.
Yeah.
Like, because he does fill a role that they don't have, which is a fast beat stick character who can take a lot of punishment, who is more importantly a distraction to get you away from attacking Miles, to get you away from attacking Deadpool, so Deadpool can get into position.
Yep.
I don't know how I feel about Hela. I mean, I want her to work so bad.
Yeah.
What did you think about Inhumans?
I can certainly see why people value Medusa very highly.
Do you think she's S tier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
For what she costs, having a builder with a flurry on it that's range 3, yeah, it's really solid. And she has a metric shit ton of superpowers.
Right.
The teleport, being able to teleport her or somebody else.
Right.
Awesome. She gets the reroll. You can't put tray tables or whatever down on her.
Right.
And she has a throw. She has actually a pretty solid throw too.
Oh yeah, she does.
For 4 points. I mean,
okay. That's fair.
Not only does she have a bunch of stuff to use power with, she has she very literally has the best builder in the game to do it with.
Right. That's a good point. And then she has Lockjaw in there too for extra movement if she needs it, if she needs extra movement.
I mean, that affiliation is just so quick. When you have Lockjaw teleporting people, you have her placing people, and then you have Krista at a long movement.
Yeah.
I mean,
Poke and put conditions on you for no cost. I mean, there was nothing more infuriating than you kept putting Incinerate on me.
Yeah.
And push. She has Incinerate and a push.
Yep.
A slow?
Yep, slow and stun. Yeah.
Ugh. She's good. Good for 3.
Well, and the MVP I felt of that particular game was Ronan.
Yeah.
A 0 range 4 push, granted on a wild, but you have 5 dice to do it. Yep. He's the only Inhuman that doesn't get a reroll, but for having him go last, making sure that he's going to get an attack off with that, with his like rage ability there, when you daze him or kill him, he can move short and attack.
Right.
I mean, he's solid all around. I regularly forget to use him, but I like him a lot. Judgment is incredible.
Judgment
that on
is
Thor
brutal. So when you put it on me, I go, now I'm in an uphill battle. And I don't think I ever shook it. I just waited you to daze me. Yeah. So I dropped it. And then I made sure to not attack Thor against Ronan anymore.
Right.
Which was, I don't know if that was the better move, because then it just freed up Ronan to move up the board more. But
every single character in that game was injured or dead.
Yeah. It was a
healthy characters.
If you go back and watch it, you and I do not talk to chat the entire game.
No.
We were so invested in that because it was an absolute bloodshed.
Yeah.
Which is always funny. You can always tell, like, when you and I play, it is very serious. Yeah. It tends to be overly serious. The salt truck's parked outside just in case.
Right.
Yeah. And then, like, when it's you and Dan, you're just like, what's going on in the chat? Oh, we're playing a game. Oh, okay, Dan, you lose. You know what I mean? Like, that's usually how it goes. Yeah, I don't know what was going on in chat, but I don't know. I was too invested. It was a dope game. It was a lot of fun.
I had planned something for chat, and they never bit. On the bot that like every half an hour says like what missions we're playing and stuff.
Yes.
Was also supposed to say at the end of it, make sure to tell Chuck that he looks great and he's doing a good job and that you're proud of him. And no one ever said anything with it.
I don't know if it...
I don't think the bot was working.
So it did work the last time I watched.
Okay.
But it cuts off the message. You have to like click it to make it drop or whatever.
Yeah, nope. That's exactly what it is. Yep. Because I think it's set to 5 lines, and I certainly had more than 5 lines.
Right. That would have been I would have hated that.
Yeah.
I would have really hated that.
Yeah.
I don't like positive reinforcement. It's been well documented on other shows.
Right.
But yeah, so go over there, check out, go right now to, what's going on with my mustache? Go over to twitch.tv/professional casual network. Give us a follow.
Yeah.
So you get alerted when we go live.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about the exciting news for this week.
Yeah.
What dropped, baby boy?
We got 2 new cards.
Yeah, we did.
As you probably heard last week, we gave a lot of speculation on Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Yes.
And as soon as we recorded that, they dropped Luke Cage's card.
They did.
And we were right about a lot of things, and we were very wrong about a few things.
Yes.
We were pretty certain that he was going to be 4 threat.
And he's not.
And he is 3.
Yes.
We also were pretty convinced that he would have a flat invulnerability and not to a minimum of 1.
Right.
Which we were also incorrect about.
Right. Well, we were joking.
We were joking. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. But I like that it is to a minimum of 1 since he is a 3
Since
threat.
he is a 3, yes.
If it wasn't, then I would definitely think it needed to be a 4.
It's one of those order of operations things.
Yes.
Like the things that we were wrong on, if the things that we were joking about,
Yes.
would have been accurate were he a 4.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, can we just talk about the flipped card art real quick for a minute?
Yeah.
Does it's got muscles in his goddamn breath. Like, look he's gigantic.
Yes, he is.
I love the card art on this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I am surprised more people don't do like modding or whatever. I kind of want to do this. Maybe I'll do this for a couple of them coming up. Mod their models to look like the flipped card, like the injured side. So like battle damage, and like I know Iron Man, a lot of people do battle damage on because it's fairly easy.
Yeah.
But I might try to get a little weird with it.
I try to rip a shirt or 2.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
paint him with the shirt off.
Oh, just all you really got to do is just take off those shirt
ripples. Yeah.
Or just leave them and paint over them, and then people ask, "Why did you just remove them?"
Yeah. Where's the suspenders?
Yeah. Oh, now I want to do it. I might do it. I might just fucking do it. Who cares? But medium move.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of thought he was going to be short.
Do him in jorts. Do some jean shorts on that bad boy.
Oh, just go full John Cena.
Yeah.
Model his hand to be like this instead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a good look. He is 5'5". I'm a little surprised he's 5'5".
6'5".
Oh, is that a 6?
Yep.
Okay, never mind. He's 6'5". Oh, kind of weird. He's a hero, but he gets weaker when he flips.
Yeah.
Little strange.
Mm-hmm.
I figured it would have been the other way around.
It's because of the moral compass of being a hero for hire and not for altruism. They had to do that.
That's fair.
4-3-3 though on defense is solid, really solid for a 3.
So I'm surprised though, because they said he would have heightened defenses.
Heightened physical defense.
Oh, was it only physical? Okay. Because I kind of expected a 4-4-3 or a 4-4-2 even.
Yes. So I would not have been shocked at a 4-4-2. I'm glad it's not.
Yes.
Having a 3 threat with 4-4.
Yes.
Is difficult. And invulnerability.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Well, there are so many characters with mystic attacks now.
Yeah.
Like it would have been okay, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I really like this character. Let's talk about his strike. Is that
yeah, so it's a pretty standard strike, 5 strength. It just has staggered on a double wild, which is awesome.
Staggered's dope.
Staggered's, yeah.
I love a good staggered.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I'm more accepting of a double wild trigger on a 5 strength strike than I am a single wild trigger on a 4 strength strike. I'm like, that's never going to happen.
Right.
I'm never going to roll that. But I think maybe I like stagger so much that I'm like, oh, it could happen.
Right. It is a little weird watching you kind of flip flop on it.
Yeah.
And how you feel about it. But I like the idea. I like the idea of the stagger. I'm okay. Again, If it was 1 wild, I think that would have made him a 4.
It'd be nuclear.
Yeah, 4, maybe
1
even
wild for a
5.
stagger on a strike. Move over Medusa. There's a new best strike in the game.
Yeah, that's very true. I really like the way they designed him. It's a strength 5, range 2. Not bad.
Yeah,
it's typical strike.
It is literally just the most standard strike it has.
Yeah,
except it has the double wild trigger for a stagger.
I think there could be an argument that if he was a 4, they could have made it 6.
Yeah,
I think if it was like a 4 threat,
I think it's fitting for him. Honestly.
Yeah, because where he is and stuff. And then he has Sweet Christmas.
Yeah, a range 3. So they kind of describe those as charges,
right?
Strength 7.
Gross.
For 4 power with a throw trigger on a wild where he can throw a size 3 or less short. But regardless of whether damage is done or not,
right,
they're slowed and stunned.
Which is pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Little bummed that it is capped at 3.
Yep. You were thinking all hail to the king style.
Yes. Which would have made a lot more sense. It's making me start to wonder if like Hail to the King was a misprint.
Yeah.
Oh, because we're seeing that now.
And it also staggers too. Hail to the King. So
right. I don't know. It seems kind of weird and goofy.
I like that it's not like every big guy is just uncapped throw. Like I really like, and when you talk about getting some leverage, getting some gut under your enemy to really throw him, Kingpin's the man.
That's true. It's
also, nice suit.
Yeah, he does it all in a suit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, he's from the Bronx, or he's from Brooklyn. Is that the line from the Michael Clark Duncan says? He just looks at Wesley and he's like, "Yeah, from the Bronx. You wouldn't understand." As he stares out the window, waiting for Deadpool to come beat him up, like
Daredevil.
Second
time you've done that.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm
Spider-Gwen pulling Deadpool out of. I was like, all right.
Listen, it's been a long day.
Super fair. But outside of that, I mean, he is pretty straightforward. A 2 power throw, size 2 or less, but his only interactive terrain features.
Well, because
bodyguard and invulnerability.
I don't know. I guess I get it because he has an attack that has a throw on a wild.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the throw either should be automatic.
Yeah.
On that, or
4 power. Yeah, kind of should be.
Yeah, like 4 power is a lot, and it's like trigger on a wild, or you make that throw because it's like size 2.
Yeah.
Why can he throw a size 3 guy on a wild, but he can't throw anything bigger than a size 2?
Leverage. You gotta get that belt buckle under it,
Okay, I guess.
So the thing is that,
but he's also 3 threat, so I get it. You know what I mean? Like the things that we are like, well, that seems weird. We have to remember, he's 3 threat. If he was 4, then I can understand this argument.
Here's the thing I really don't like about Sweet Christmas, and here's why I think it's actually a bad attack.
Okay,
it's a higher strength attack. It's 7 dice.
Yep.
The throw is after the attack is resolved. Yeah. And it also has 2 conditions which are automatic. But once again, it is his higher strength attack. If you're going to be dazing or KOing someone, it's probably going to be with that.
Right.
And it's all wasted. All of the stuff you're paying for is wasted.
Right. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think about that. That's a very good. I'm glad you're here, bud.
I'm significantly more open to justifying its cost with the throw being before damage is dealt, but it's not.
Right. Fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair. And then his other power.
But once again, he's only 3.
Right. But he's only 3. So it's like, yeah. I mean, he seems like you kind of look at the card and you go, I feel like this doesn't make sense. It's not quite good enough. But then you're like, he's only 3 threat.
Yeah.
I will have for defenders specifically. Defenders are ecstatic about Luke Cage and Iron Fist right now.
Yes, they are.
Because they need 3 threat characters. Mm-hmm. 3 threat characters with throws and potentially the most powerful attack in the game. Like, holy shit.
Well, and when you think about it too, I think I hesitate to say this because we are not meta players at all.
Right.
But the meta of defenders is going to be activation control.
Yeah.
When you have Iron Fist and Doctor Strange taking away people's activation, and you have She-Hulk and Luke Cage staggering people left and right, especially when both of them, Luke Cage automatically applying slow.
Right.
She-Hulk doing heinous things to people that are slowed.
Right.
I mean,
pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Yep.
Is that 4?
That's 17 points for those 4. And that is
17 points. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fucking great. And if you go up to 19, bring old Wong Dong with you.
Yeah. Throw in a Wonger Donger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When in doubt, throw Wong.
I mean, yeah.
I like it.
17 is the most popular threat type too.
Yeah, that's very true.
It appears on the most cards or most threats. So
I mean, so if you're bringing your bag, you just take 17s regardless. You know what I mean? Well, what's his other power?
That's it. He has the throw. He has the bodyguard, unbreakable.
Oh, bodyguard.
That's and immunity to bleed.
Yep. And I like that he's immune to bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
thematically.
Yeah. And like thematically it makes sense. We don't see a lot of immune to bleed.
We don't.
So I'm kind of happy he has it.
Yeah. Baron Zemo now significantly less strong.
Very true. But I just actually are there a lot of people that throw bleed nowadays? Because I feel like there was like a hot, at least local meta where we were constantly throwing bleed on each other.
Well, it was like the only condition for a while, and like everyone had it.
Right.
But no, there is, if conditions come out, unless they're like specifically trying to not have things that have bleed, a lot of things bleed. I think it's still the most common special condition to add.
Okay. I dig it. I dig it. And then let's talk about my favorite character of all time. It's been well documented on the show. I'm a huge Iron Fist fan.
Yeah.
3 threat.
Yeah.
Was kind of surprised. He's 5'5". He's 5'5".
Yep. 3s across the board.
3s across the board, which makes sense because he is just a dude. You know what I mean? Medium move, size 2. I like that. So let's go over his attacks. Like, what the hell?
I love.
He's got that energy
strikes, and he's got 2 builders.
Yeah,
because he's got the basic. It's a strike. It's a strike.
It's a strike.
Called Chi Strike.
Yeah.
Range 2, strength 5, 0, but it is an energy attack.
Yep.
With stun on a wild. Straightforward, gets to the point, but I love that it is energy.
Yeah.
There are so few characters, especially melee-based characters.
I really like it. I really like it. And it's energy. Energy is the least highest defense in the game. So like people.
No way. Mystic, it's got to be the least highest.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Energy defense is still marginally the lowest across the board. Based on average.
Okay.
Based on averages. Like people who have high mystic defenses kind of like spike that mystic defense level up. But overall.
Okay, so yeah, if you're talking about the average, because so many characters have 3s across the board.
Right.
There's only a couple that have dips, but people that have good mystic, it's 5s.
Right, exactly.
Because it's used for something else.
Yep. And you just rarely ever see energy attacks.
Yeah.
So when you do bring energy attacks, it always blows. And then you have people who only have 2 energy defense. Venom, Crossbones,
Hawkeye,
Black Widow on one of the characters has
maybe
2. Yeah. So, so little things like that.
Yeah.
Right. And you don't see high, you rarely see 4s.
She-Hulk is the one that constantly stands out in my mind.
Right. For whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody has 5 energy defense.
No.
So very rarely people have 4 energy defense. So,
but it's odd that it's like Cap and Bucky both have 4 energy defense, right? Or maybe it's just Cap.
No, Cap
and Marvel.
Yeah,
both Caps.
Yeah,
but
no, I think Bucky is 3s across the board.
Is he?
Much. Yeah,
yeah. But flying kick is the second one. Physical.
I am glad we got the signature flying kick.
Range
if we could only get the model to do it.
Yeah. Range 3, only 4 strike, but
gets him in
automatic
position.
one damage or one
energy,
which I'm fine with on a 4 strength attack.
Yeah, I mean, more builders, all the better. The range is longer
and puts you within one of the target.
So he begins to identify as a problem.
I think we were pretty much spot on with that we assumed it would be longer and would put you within striking distance of somebody.
Yeah, I love a good ambush attack.
And then the King Dinger.
Yeah.
The Iron Fist. Range 2.
So I will say this. Go on, you can read it off.
Gotcha. So range 2, strength 9, 8 power.
Yes.
Before damage is dealt, other enemy characters within range 3 of the target character suffer a damage. Automatic, just happens.
Mhm.
Before damage is dealt, if the target character has an activated token, it gains the stagger special condition and is thrown small away from this character. If the target does not have an activated token, it gains an activated token.
Right. So
no roll, no wild.
It just happens.
Just happens.
Right.
Doesn't care if damage was done or not.
Right. This was my argument that I kind of don't like it.
Okay.
I like it. I mean, obviously, if you give me a reason to be able to use this, I'm going to use it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, in the wise words of a very wise man, Wargaming Dad, if you have set this up, you fucked up.
Yep.
I don't. If they already have an activated token, you get a throw and a stagger.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's just an activated token. I kind of always would rather have the throw and stagger.
I'm fine with it.
Over the activated token. Like, I know a lot of people are probably like, are you insane? You get to take away somebody's activation. I would rather throw you and I'd rather make you waste an action.
If you have priority 2, you lose priority with that.
Right.
I would much rather... Not much rather.
Right.
The fact that it's versatile is awesome.
Right.
Sometimes I do want the throw and to potentially push the stagger because, especially if you have someone with bleed on them and 1 health left, you throw stagger and a throw on them. You get them a little bit closer, potentially knocking them out, I guess, with the damage from a collision. But if they have bleed and stagger and they have to spend one, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
And sure, there's some I'm going to use this against Thanos. I'm going to use this against Thor. You know what I mean? Like the guys that this is a She-Hulk killer potentially.
Yeah, because it is energy too.
Right.
Well, no, yeah, shit, never mind. Her energy defense is higher.
It's a cable killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What the fuck is that? Dead. Cutting the cord because the cable's out.
It's over. It's done. But I feel like it's a trap. I feel like you're going to want to work for it. And in the end, you're going to screw you because you're going to get Charlie Bloodlust of wanting to pull this off.
You're going to be spending 3 tactics cards and 2 other people's turns and running fucking Wong so you can put more power on them.
Right.
And I heard a friend of the network, Throwlash, be like, yeah, advance R&D. And I was like, no, that's for 1 extra power on them. Yeah. Garbage. All you got, though.
Yeah.
No matter the cost, I mean.
Yes, no matter the... So, we were talking about it in chat.
Yeah.
We think we finally found the character of why Cyclops' leadership ability is so good. Because you can spend 1 energy to reduce the cost of an attack. Right? That is Cyclops' ability.
No. Yeah. Oh, yes. You can pull 1 energy from other characters within range 3 to reduce the cost of the attack. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. What you said.
So we finally have a spirit bomb.
Right. 100%.
That's shockwaving, damaging everyone around it.
Yes.
That part I love.
Yes. So you put no matter the cost, and you have him in Uncanny X-Men Blue.
Yeah.
So you're getting that ability. You could potentially, I think we figured out you could do this for 5 energy.
Yeah.
Potentially even less. You could, if you took full 3 damage, which brings it down to 5.
He gets 2 at the start of his activation. He has a mortal weapon as an innate where he gets an additional power.
Right. And then you have 2 people burn energy for you. You could do this for 4.
Yeah.
Potentially 3.
Not to mention you use flying kick to get in range.
Yes.
Range 3 and then put yourself within 1. Then you fucking Iron Fist somebody and yeah.
I really like that. I will never set it up correctly, But it's the reason why I painted my Cyclops. You know what I mean?
Well, and very specifically, the other bit with having Cyclops on there as the leader to be able to move him into position a little bit quicker so he can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's starting with 2. He's getting a 3rd from Flying Kick. You're no-mattering the costing for another 3.
Yep.
You only need to get 2 more power on him to get that off.
Right. That's not hard.
No.
That's not hard at all.
Nope.
That is terrifyingly easy.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I'm still going to lose.
It's not easy.
No, it's not.
Let's just clarify that.
Right.
To people getting mad and writing in the comments about how,
and difficult that is.
Yeah, putting a random timestamp and then 3 letters, you fucking bots. But
I will say, I like that he could pull it off. I will lose the game because I've literally spent the entire game trying to set this up, much like how I did in our game on Monday.
Yeah,
where I was like, all right, I'm going to set up all webbed up with Daredevil, and I'm going to finally use Follow Me.
Yes.
And I finally did it.
And to good effect.
Yes, it worked out well.
Without it, Black Bolt wouldn't have had no power, nor would he have been on the side that, he would have needed to be on to use Whisper.
Right. I did take an activation away from him for a turn because I used Hela. You had beat stick the shit out of Hela.
Yeah, the Kree Justice or Final Justice or whatever it is.
And so it flipped her. She had full energy. She was fully maxed out. And then she activated, moved in. I think she did like 1 attack on Black Bolt, moved to get into range of Thor, and then did Follow Me on Thor, and had him activate. Your face was kind of fucking priceless when you realized what I was doing. You were like, "Oh, this is not going to be fun."
No, yeah,
you did not enjoy that at all.
Nope.
No. That is a fun card though. If you can set it up, it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of like that. I kind of like this.
There's so many movement mechanics currently because in the last couple boxes we've gotten tactics cards and other character abilities. There's a lot of ways to move people around the board now.
Yes, there is.
Especially when you think of he's only 3 threat. Throwing him in Black Order, and having him as this little death machine running around while the big boys are controlling points,
and you Death's Decree him. Oh no, thank you.
Yeah.
He also, and then he's kind of durable because he has master martial artist.
Yeah, so this is the best version of martial artist because we've seen it in a few others, but you always have to be within range 2.
Right.
So this is martial artist, but within range 3.
Right. Which is pretty dope. I like that.
Adds blanks to successes. I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. On all the time, not a reactive, not a superpower that you can pay for.
It has saved my Daredevil several times.
Absolutely, it has.
Yeah, being able, especially on Web Warriors, where I'm able to, I only got 3 defense, but I'm able to at least roll 1. And if I'm on an objective, I can re-roll that skull if I want.
Yep.
Yeah, there was at least 1 or 2 times where you were very close to dazing Daredevil, and I prevented it because
I have thrown more dice at Daredevil to no effect than any other character.
Yes.
Like, without a doubt.
I will say on the record right now, Daredevil, the best 4th threat character in the game. I'm okay. I'm okay with making that statement.
Okay.
He has consistently always done what I needed him to do. I don't know if I just get lucky in setting it up or whatever, but he is a murder machine. He's got long move. He's extremely durable.
Yeah.
He can potentially do extra attacks, especially if he's flipped, or he can counter strike you on his healthy side, which I constantly forget about doing.
Yeah. I regularly forget that it's on his card too.
Yeah. And he gets just like, he's just good. He's just fucking good, bud.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all we had.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole ton.
No, it was kind of a short week.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
We did get some reveals though, some new affiliation.
Oh, we did.
Updates.
So literally an hour before we started recording.
Yeah.
They dropped the new information. Colossus officially confirmed.
Yeah.
On X-Force.
On X-Force.
So X-Force is Cable, Colossus, Deadpool, Domino, Sabretooth, Wolverine.
Yeah.
No Hydra Bob.
No Hydra Bob. Hydra Bob is only on Criminal Syndicate or Cabal?
Cabal. Only on Cabal from what I could see.
That's so weird. Put him on Criminal Syndicate.
Yeah. It's super weird.
What are you doing?
Yeah, because like Criminal Syndicate could use a 2 threat.
Yeah.
Like I know they've got a lot of 3s.
Mhm.
But they could use a 2.
Yep.
It would kind of make sense.
Cabal had no 2s, right?
Cabal's had no 2s, right?
Yep.
And maybe even Viper got added to
Once again,
I know
she should
Sin
be on
did.
both. Sin and Viper should absolutely be on both Criminal Sin.
Right, I know.
Cabal.
I know Sin's
Or
on.
should
both.
be. I'm saying. I have
Right.
no idea if I'm joking. Or not,
I
what
don't.
she actually-
I don't remember if Viper was on there or not.
Okay.
I believe she may have been though. But
I wonder if the Cabal is too big, where they're now going to have to start deciding whether.
Yeah, but like they just added every hero to Avengers,
Yeah.
like Cable, Deadpool, and 2 other characters just got added to Avengers too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Deadpool, by the way, when he joined the Avengers, made a side team.
Of course he did.
He tried to call it Heroes for Hire, but it was already registered to some other people. So he called it Mercs for Money.
Oh, is that what they were called?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
It was 5 other people dressed up as Deadpool.
As Deadpool, yes, I do.
So
Okay,
he
I
could
do.
do parties and fight crime, and
Right.
you could just rent him.
This is not Elite 8 Showdown. You don't get to gush about how great Deadpool is.
Fair.
No, he's wonderful. I'm sure he's very interesting.
He's all right. I've certainly kind of fallen out of love with him, to be perfectly honest.
Have you though?
Yeah.
Why? Because I've just shit on him so much on
No,
other shows?
he's been overdone, and the hype is too big, and he'll never live up to the expectations that have been set for him.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do. He has grown on me. I do love the movies. Like I think
they've been great.
Yeah, I think Ryan Reynolds has done a very good job.
Mhm.
So
It's just it hit that saturation point for me, and you know, there's almost a connotation to it.
fair.
Where if you're like, oh, I like Deadpool, like you're automatically put in a very specific camp now.
Yep.
That as a fat guy that also has a beard that sometimes is on his neck, you don't really want to be a part of.
That's fair. That's really fair. I'll pose the question before we sign off.
Mhm.
Comics have been around for a lot of years.
Yeah, like 6 or 7 easy.
Yeah, easy, maybe even a hard 8.
I mean, let's not push it, but yeah.
And there's been a lot of characters that have been around for at least half those years.
Mhm.
Do you think we will ever realistically see?
Cassandra Nova? Probably.
possible.
Probably.
It's possible. Do you think we'll ever see characters like officially be written off and die?
Oh, in comics?
Yeah, like in comics. Like I know, like that's the one thing is like characters never die in comics,
Jean
right?
Grey was dead for like 25 years.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
But they still brought her back?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're talking about a timeline that large,
Right.
after a certain amount of time.
But like Magneto realistically would be 90 years old now.
Correct.
Right? Like, and they've actually have done a marginally good job of beginning to replace characters and establishing new ones, right?
Well, characters have aged up for sure.
Right.
So like, especially in the X-Men universe, you've had, you know, Professor X and Xavier were kind of the top. And then they kind of got retired
the same
a little
guy.
bit.
Yes.
And Cyclops and Wolverine both had schools. And then they kind of aged up too. Kitty Pryde was running the school for a little bit. You know what I mean? So like they've certainly kind of done it. Is it maybe a span of 7 years in comics over the course of 60 years real time? Yes.
Right.
But it's supposed to kind of be an enigma, you know?
Right. I really wonder if in our lifetime we will officially see the shift. We'll see the characters that we grew up with really finally have the nails put in the coffin and be like, okay, Tony Stark is no longer Iron Man. Tony Stark is officially dead. This is the new Iron Man, and it's like Ironheart or something to that effect.
I don't think so.
Because like they have kind of done that with Spider-Man. Like with the Spider-Verse, Miles has kind of become the new representation of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Sure, Peter Parker is still around, but not really. You know, not fully.
Right.
So I mean,
he very specifically has aged up.
Right.
So he's running his own company. He's doing his own thing.
Right. I like Spider. You like Spider-Man 2099?
It was fine. I never got super into it.
I liked it.
Like I never
started it. It was
just
pretty
never
good.
really read it.
Yeah.
I loved Superior Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Easily the best Spider-Man.
Okay, that's fair.
You didn't like it?
I don't know. It was all right.
Granted,
You and I are not the same comic book fan, though.
We are not.
No.
I'm a huge fan of bad guys. And I really like Mark Millar stuff. I really like, this is a trope that everyone's known forever, and I'm gonna say fuck it and do something different.
Right.
So Spider-Man getting the girl, having a successful business, doing all of these things almost like out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really clever. I got a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Sure. And
it was Dr. Octopus, you know what I mean? It was an old guy doing it.
Which I really appreciate.
What if Spider-Man was effective? Like, that was the premise of the whole thing, and I absolutely adored that.
That's fair. Meanwhile, I'm reading a Blade comic where he goes to Doom is it Latveria?
Latveria, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, heard you been fucking my mom. Where's my mom? And he's like, whoa. I haven't been fucking her. I've been healing her. I fixed her vampirism.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom.
Now you need to go back in time. Like, it was a really weird comic.
As you do.
Yeah. I love Dr. Doom I love the Doom comic. I highly recommend people reading it. It's so
He was one of those guys I wrote off forever being like, ugh, he's so boring.
Yeah.
But when he's featured in stories, especially in the last 20 years, it is so on point. Battle World.
Yes, Battle World was so
Doom,
good.
like trying to be like, I'm holding the world together. I'm the good guy. Molecule Man. Sometimes I feed him. Like,
yeah.
The fact that he was trying so hard to do good.
Yeah.
And he was undone by a cheeseburger in Miles Morales' pocket. Love it. Love it. And his police force of Thors.
Yes.
That would just come down like a fucking nuke.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what are you going to do? It's 18 Thors.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Any wish lists you got?
Yeah, Magic always way up there.
Yep.
I did have another one that I thought of earlier in the week, but I have forgotten it.
Mm-hmm.
Avalanche and Blob.
I'd like the whole Wrecking Crew.
Yes.
The whole Wrecking Crew would be super dope to be added to like Crime Syndicate or something. Like have the own affiliation, but also add them to Crime Syndicate. I think would be really cool.
The the Wrecking Crew is Wrecker, Schmecker, Pecker, and Flecker, right?
Yes.
I think. Yes.
Uh-huh. How about Absorbing Man?
No. I don't know why people are super into him. It seems like one of those things like, I read the Trapster on a BuzzFeed list once. I'm going to throw that one out there.
That's fair.
But I don't think I've ever interacted with Absorbing Man in a comic or anything before, like Graviton. Someone was like, oh, what about Graviton? And I was like, who the fuck is Graviton?
That is totally fair.
He's bootleg Magneto.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like he just flies around and he throws stuff around. It's like, no, it's not magnetism, it's gravity, because I'm Graviton. It's like, all right, good.
Yeah.
Go join Paste Pop Pete.
Shout out to Paste Pop Pete.
Shout out to Paste Pop Pete.
I would like once a year a goofy character. Like we got Hydra Bob. Like they got year one, they got the serious characters out of the way. We got X-Men, we're good.
Right.
Now now on.
Wave one, they got all the big hitters.
Yes.
MODOK.
But MODOK is a force to be reckoned with in this game.
Yep.
And I highly recommend the MODOK comic. It's so good.
I love some of the Facebook groups online.
Yep.
That are regularly repeating things like friends don't let friends play MODOK against friends or things like that. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
I love MODOK. I think I adore him as a character. I adore him in the game. I think he's very good. Because he's just a giant floating head and it makes no damn sense.
Yeah.
I'd like Dazzler. I went with your recommendation. I went and read this past week X-Men versus Inhumans. And Dazzler won me over in that. So good.
There's a lot that absolutely crushed my heart and soul in Avengers versus X-Men.
Oh, Avengers versus X-Men. Yes.
Yeah. Inhumans. Inhumans versus. Both of them, really, honestly, X-Men versus Avengers or Inhumans versus X-Men. But the part where you deploy a tactical Dazzler against Black Bolt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so good. Because and the thing is, I knew it was coming because you told me about it.
I did.
And I still loved it. And I was like, oh my, Oh my God.
Just imagining Dazzler, like Disco Queen, like, what are you going to do?
Yep.
Black Bolt, let's go.
Yeah.
Like,
it was so
I love
good.
just the thought of that, especially because I think she was working for S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever at the time, too, right? As like a fucking the head honcho. She was like the Maria Hill for a bit. And just being like, fucking, yeah, Inhumans are going to go over here and do this. Oh, fuck, is Dazzler going to be there? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go somewhere else.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It is so good. I absolutely love it.
What'd you think of the Cyclops reveal?
I don't like Cyclops.
Fair.
I mean, he's all right. He's cool.
I love super tragic love stories.
Fair.
And so the Emma Frost doing that, like in his name, martyrdom thing, I really liked a lot.
I probably, if I had known more about it leading up to it and had a connection to their relationship more.
Yeah.
Like if I had probably read like House of M or something, you know,
X-Men versus Avengers. Honestly.
Oh, okay. X-Men versus Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay. So like if I knew those stories, like I knew that there was that thing, like I knew that about the relationship and stuff, but more because you've told me and I've listened to other stuff.
Well, and that's the thing is I gave 2 shits about Cyclops, like pretty much everyone else.
Yeah.
Until Avengers versus X-Men. And then I absolutely fell in love with them.
Right.
And the follow-up stories after that were it's Magic, Magneto, Emma Frost, and Cyclops having their own fucking renegade X-Men team searching the globe for new mutants as they pop back up before the Sentinels can get to them and before the other actual X-Men can recruit them too.
Right.
Was just fucking rad as shit, and it got us one of the greatest X-Men of all time, who I cannot wait to be in this game. Gold Balls.
I do like Gold Balls.
I fucking love Gold Balls.
Gold Balls is pretty dope.
So, yeah, Gold Balls is way up on that list too.
Yeah, that's fair. You think? Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get him.
Listen, I never thought he would be one of the most important characters in X-Men history ever, but
fair.
He is.
Yeah.
They can reanimate other dead people like all the time because of Gold Balls.
Yeah, fair.
Quentin Quire too. I would love a Quentin Quire model.
What was the other guy who has gold balls that like float around him? They're energy balls maybe or something. He's so the only time that I ever saw him is in the first issue of Civil War.
Okay.
And because he is the one, like they're recording a reality show of the like
Speedball.
Speedball, that's his name. Thank you. Yeah.
Now I guess I don't know if he's still there, but Penance now.
He was I mean, he got blown up.
So
Havoc blew him the fuck up.
It's Nitro.
Oh, Nitro, not Havoc. Right, Nitro.
Yeah, it inverted his powers.
Oh.
So he could only use them if he was like feeling pain. So for each one of those kids that died, he got a spike on the inside of his suit constantly protruding into him.
Oh my God.
And that could activate his powers. Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of dope.
Yeah. He was the hardest edgelord that they ever tried to do.
Right.
But it kind of worked. If you're into it at the time, if you're in the right mood for it, it hits true.
Okay. That's fair. Super dope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go, true believers. We did it. The gruesome twosome. Yeah. If you will. Just you and I. Dan had a birthday or whatever.
That guy.
Yeah. Happy birthday, I guess.
Happy birthday, Dan.
No, whatever. It's been real.
Yeah.
Let's go do another show.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Bye, everybody.
See you later, fam.